he either got old, he doesn't care no more, or, and there's no fire, there's no urgency, or he's overrated.
Teddy Atlas claims he's not afraid to speak the truth, saying Crawford could easily knock him out. He argues that either the fighter is old, has lost his fire, or maybe he was just overrated from the start. Caleb Plant doesn't hold back, saying Canelo is no longer the same fighter he faced in the ring. He stated, "No, I don't think it's the same Canelo, not quite, but also I kind of figured it was gonna be like that, honestly. It's not anything that I saw particularly in that fight, but just where he's at in his career, I feel like he was almost at his peak, when we fought." He starts by admitting that Canelo isn't the same fighter he once was. Plant says that it's not the exact fight where he saw it, but it's clear to him that Canelo's no longer at his peak. The Mexican superstar's career seems to have hit a plateau, and Plant believes that his age, or maybe even the matchups, are showing. He suggests the signs of decline are clear, even if no one wants to admit it. Plant believes Canelo hit his peak and is now slowing down. He stated, maybe it's been a stylistic matchup with some of his opponents, or maybe he's starting to get a little older. I can't say for sure, I could. We can all sit here and speculate all we want. Plant boldly states that he felt Canelo was almost at his peak when they fought, but it's all downhill from there. He hints at a possible decline in Canelo's performance, suggesting that the fighter has been exposed in some recent matchups. Plant is convinced that Canelo's age is catching up with him, and he's no longer the beast that dominated the sport just a few years ago. This is the moment where Plant makes it clear that the Canelo from his prime is a thing of the past. Plant is ready to prove Canelo's age, and struggles are real in September. He stated, but I think we'll get a good read on that come September, against a fighter who's not gonna just be moving around the whole time like William Skull, who will make Canelo fight, and I feel like it's going to be a good back and forth. After Plant's bold statements about Canelo's decline, it's clear that many believe the Mexican champ is slipping. Tim Bradley, however, steps up with a bold prediction, claiming that Crawford has what it takes to beat Canelo. He's not shy in saying that Crawford is a complete fighter with all the tools needed to dominate.
I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. I think that his skill level is up there with the greatest. I don't think we've seen anything like Terence Crawford. In all my years of boxing, I know that for a fact. I've never seen anybody that has everything. Good speed, power, timing, can switch the way he switches, to have the toughness, the meanness that he has, the way he finishes guys, the way he breaks down guys. He's one of the smartest guys that I've ever seen in the ring. If the fight was to happen, you will see.
Even Bradley backs up his claim, saying Crawford has everything, speed, power, and skill to put Canelo in a tough spot. His confidence in Crawford's abilities only highlights the growing sentiment that Canelo might be past his prime. With a fighter like Crawford, who brings all-around talent, Canelo could be in for a rude awakening. Bradley's belief in Crawford's superiority is undeniable, and it's clear he thinks Crawford can take over where others might have failed. Building on his earlier praise for Crawford, Tim Bradley doesn't hold back when talking about Canelo. He's not just saying Crawford will beat him, he's saying Crawford will cook Canelo. Bradley is firm in his belief that Canelo's time has passed and that age is catching up with him.
In your view, Terence Crawford beats Canelo?
He cooks Canelo.
Woo!
Really? He beats him. Yes. Look, if you go back and you watch the fight with Lara, and you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence has more skills than a Lara, and I think he can do more. And you're saying that, Canelo is a super strong guy. Man, technique. You already know, if you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford knows how to take care of himself on the inside. He knows how to smother. He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to turn guys. He understands weight distribution, man. Not only that, the only way that I see Canelo beating Crawford is he got to knock him out.
Bradley is straight up confident that Crawford will dominate Canelo in the ring. He's not just talking about a win, but a complete breakdown of the champion, as Canelo's age and slowing reflexes will be exposed. Bradley's words suggest that Crawford is not only superior in talent, but will take full advantage of Canelo's decline. It's clear, Bradley believes Canelo's reign is on the verge of ending, and Crawford will be the one to make it happen. After Bradley's bold predictions about Crawford, it's clear that the fighter is getting massive respect across the board. Joe Rogan is another person who's not holding back, praising Crawford's skills to the fullest. Rogan believes Crawford is one of the best, if not the best, in the sport.
Crawford? Yeah. Oh, he's good.
He don't just be saying shit.
They tried to say that like Errol Spence was damaged because of what Crawford did to him because he was damaged from the car accident. I'm like, maybe. Or maybe Crawford would have done that 3 years ago. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick. And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better orthodox, he'll switch it up. You know,
super accurate.
Oh, like, just knows so much about boxing, about where to be and what's coming. And
Rogan emphasizes Crawford's incredible talent, pointing out how he can seamlessly switch between orthodox and southpaw stances, making him unpredictable and dangerous. He adds that Crawford's skill set is so refined that he could have taken down a fighter like Errol Spence. Rogan's words suggest that Crawford's talent goes beyond what people think. He's not just good, he's on another level, mastering every aspect of the game. Rogan doesn't stop at just praising Crawford's skills. He takes it a step further, comparing him to some of the greatest fighters to ever do it. He believes Crawford's style isn't just about winning, but about making it look like art.
He's a strategist that's also entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's an artist.
Like remember like a young B-Hop?
Yes.
It was like just so sharp and made it look almost entertaining. You know what I mean?
Roy Jones in his prime. It was art. You were watching art.
Rogan likens Crawford's approach to that of a young Bernard Hopkins or Roy Jones Jr., who made boxing look effortless and entertaining. Just like those legends, Crawford isn't just out there fighting, he's strategizing, turning every move into a masterpiece. For Rogan, watching Crawford is like watching a master at work, someone who not only dominates, but does it in a way that leaves fans in awe. Crawford is more than a fighter, he's an artist in the ring, and that's what makes him so dangerous. As the conversation heats up about Crawford's ability to beat Canelo, Sean Porter jumps in with his take. He doesn't hold back, saying that a potential fight between Crawford and Canelo is truly a 50-50 matchup. For Porter, the timing of the fight couldn't be better for both fighters.
I just said it, you know, and Terence is already taller than him, you know, has the reach, you know. I'm telling y'all, that's a 50-50 fight.
Okay.
That's a 50-50 fight. It's actually perfect timing for both guys. Canelo Alvarez is losing big name fighters to fight against. There's really no one else with a big name for him to fight against. Benavidez deserves that fight, but his status isn't the level that Canelo, you know, kind of forced it with the young kid that he just got in the ring with. Edgar Berlanga. He forced it with Edgar, you know. And he's that guy that you can get people to come to the fight no matter who you're in the ring with, you know. But all that being said, same thing for Terence. Terence is fighting a Canelo Alvarez who's been around the block. Canelo Alvarez who's been in quite a few wars. And, you know, I think it's perfect timing for both guys.
Porter breaks down the fight by highlighting Crawford's advantages, like his height and reach, which would give him a clear edge over Canelo. He also points out that Canelo's career is at a point where he's losing some of his biggest challengers, and there aren't many big names left for him to face. Porter believes Crawford, at this stage of Canelo's career, has the perfect opportunity to take him down. The timing, according to Porter, couldn't be more perfect for both fighters to make their mark. After all the talk about Canelo's decline and Crawford's chances, it's time for Crawford's coach, Bernie Thaw Boxer, to step in. He's not worried about Crawford's age, insisting that age doesn't define a fighter when it comes to skill and heart. For Bernie, Crawford is still as dangerous as ever.
Super excited, you know, super excited. Like I say, a lot of people are saying about Crawford's age, but, you know, no boxing, no life, as Canelo would say. And Crawford still, you know, in age, but he ain't took no punishment. cautious. You know, he works hard throughout these years, so you know, of course, you're gonna, you know, you gotta count that in the factor. But in his heart, and his mind, and his spirit, he's still youthful about boxing. He loves boxing, and this is one way to get him up. You know, he's a challenge guy. He loves a challenge.
He points out that Crawford's dedication and hard work have kept him sharp, and more importantly, his love for boxing keeps him youthful in spirit. According to Bernie, Crawford thrives on challenges, and facing a fighter like Canelo is exactly what fires him up. For him, it's all about the heart and drive Crawford still brings to the ring, making him a serious threat no matter what. As the conversation continues, Crawford's coach Bernie Thaw Boxer doesn't shy away from the challenge Canelo presents. He acknowledges that Canelo is by far the biggest challenge for them, and they're ready for it. They're not backing down from the test ahead, even though it means jumping up in weight to face him.
And Canelo is the biggest challenge you can get. You know, we got to go up 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes to get a guy like that. Hardest puncher, great counter puncher, tons of experience, undisputed champion, unified champion, a couple of divisions champion. And so we didn't get the Pacquiao or the Mayweather, but we getting Canelo, and nothing comes easy to Team Crawford, and expect us to look good on the 12th. Expect us to come out victorious September 12th.
Bernie points out that Canelo is one of the hardest punchers out there, with a ton of experience and a decorated career, including being an undisputed champion, even though they missed out on fights with legends like Pacquiao and Mayweather. Bernie makes it clear that facing Canelo is a huge opportunity for Crawford. The message is simple: Team Crawford is ready for the challenge, and they expect to come out victorious on September 12th. It's a bold statement showing they're not afraid of what's ahead. Bernie Thaw Boxer continues to fire shots, making it clear that Crawford's mentality and heart set him apart from the competition. He's not just about belts or fame, he's about winning and being the best, and he's confident that's exactly what Crawford will do against Canelo.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win, and he want to be the best, and he is the best. So that's what's going to be the difference. You know, Crawford got guts. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he going to go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? You ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot in no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We going to do everything we can to him. We going to do whatever we got to do. But one thing you can expect is Crawford is going to step to him, because you can't beat Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something, and he better know Crawford is coming.
He guarantees that Crawford won't back down in this fight. He's coming to get Canelo, not to wait for him. Bernie says Crawford's relentless spirit and fighting mentality will make all the difference, and anyone who thinks Crawford will play it safe doesn't know him. When Crawford steps in the ring, he goes after his opponent, and against Canelo, that's exactly what will happen. Bernie Thaw Boxer doubles down on his confidence, highlighting Crawford's undeniable skill set. He's not just a fighter with heart. Crawford's got the power, speed, and defense to make it a nightmare for Canelo. Bernie makes it clear Crawford is on another level.
Definitely got the power, and he got the speed to counter punch, to his defense, to catch punches, to counter punches, and to let his hands go. Crawford got the speed and to tighten up and get out of there. Man, Crawford gonna beat the daylights. I mean, Crawford gonna beat him, man. I'm telling you, Crawford gonna beat him. And Canelo ain't no slouch. I'm just saying. But when you get Crawford in there, he just gonna go up another notch. You know, the last guy we fought didn't want to fight. Canelo gonna bring the fight. He gonna do something. And every mistake he make, we gonna capitalize on it.
Bernie Thaw Boxer doesn't hold back in his belief that Crawford's size and skills give him the edge over Canelo. He's quick to dismiss any concerns about weight or size, confidently stating that skills are what truly matter in the ring. According to Bernie, Crawford has everything he needs to handle Canelo.
Like I say, I think that went out the window. You know, Crawford, he walk around about that weight, you know, close to that weight. So, you know, skills pay the bills. You can't overstate that much. You know, it's a cliche, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? And if Canelo was like a David Benavidez, I would see that. You know, more reach, more height, you know, different things like that. But we got the reach and we got the height. And so, like I say, this guy's a little wider. Man, we gonna touch him up, man. Canelo, he tailor-made for us. We gonna whoop him worse than Mayweather's.
Bernie points out that Crawford's natural size, with his reach and height, puts him in a strong position. He adds that Canelo may have been a tough match for some fighters, but he's tailor-made for Crawford. Bernie believes Crawford will dominate Canelo, and even goes as far as saying that the victory will be worse than Mayweather's win over him. He's confident that this fight will end with a statement, and Crawford will prove that his skills are just too much for Canelo to handle. After all the talk about Crawford's skills and his ability to defeat Canelo, Bernie Thaw Boxer takes a moment to talk about Crawford's place in boxing history. He's confident that Crawford's legacy will stand the test of time, and he's not afraid to say it. He stated, "On the all-time list, that's a big list, but definitely in the last 25 years, you got to put Crawford right up there with the rest of them, with Pacquiao, with Mayweather, Andre Ward." After all the talk about Crawford's skills, Bernie's confidence, and the overall anticipation for the fight, former sparring partner Tiger Johnson shares his take on the upcoming clash. He acknowledges Canelo's greatness, but believes Crawford has the edge, citing Canelo's age and wear and tear as major factors.
I got Bud for sure. I think Canelo is a hell of a fighter. I think he's gonna come to fight, but I think he's slowed down a lot. You know, he's not really. You gotta think. A lot of people don't realize, man. Canelo been fighting since he was 15. He's been professional since he was 15. So he's been in the game since he was a kid. So, you know, he done fought legends in his prime, man. Floyd Mayweather, he 23, 24 years old, fighting Floyd and Shane Mosley and all these, you know what I'm saying? He fought a lot of legends at an early time, man. So he slowed down a lot, you know, and I think a lot of fights like Triple G, you know, a lot of those type fights, you know, that took a lot out of him.
Tiger points out that Canelo has been in the game for a long time, turning pro at just 15 and facing some of the biggest legends of the sport in his prime. However, he believes those early wars, including fights with the likes of Floyd Mayweather and Shane Mosley, have taken a toll on Canelo. Tiger is clear, Canelo has slowed down significantly, and Crawford will be able to take advantage of that when they face off. For him, it's just a matter of time before Crawford takes over. Following his analysis of Canelo's wear and tear, Tiger Johnson shifts focus back to Crawford. He's confident that Crawford still has the fire and determination to take on anyone, including Canelo. For Tiger, it's all about Crawford's strength, athleticism, and intelligence in the ring.
And I think Bud still got that fire in him, and I think Bud gonna give him a hard time. He's strong, athletic, and he's smart. So I think Bud can get him.
Tiger Johnson continues to back Crawford, explaining that he believes Crawford has the tools to take down Canelo. He feels that if the right punch lands at the right time, Crawford has what it takes to catch Canelo and win the fight. Tiger's confidence is clear, and he's ready for an epic showdown.
I think it's possible. I for sure think it's possible, man. If Bud catch him, you know, with the right, you know what I'm saying, the right punch, if the right situation happens, I think Bud can clip him. But for sure, man, you know, they gonna be ready, man. Like, you know, Bud, man, he work hard, man. So I think Bud, they gonna have the perfect game plan. I think they gonna execute real good, man. I think they gonna it's gonna be a hell of a fight. You know, it's gonna be real entertaining, and I think it's gonna be, you know, one of the best fights of the century.
He adds that Team Crawford is ready with a perfect game plan in place and the hard work to back it up. Tiger expects Crawford to execute flawlessly in the ring, making for an entertaining and high-level fight. He believes this match will go down as one of the best of the century, with both fighters bringing their best to the table. The anticipation is real, and Tiger is convinced this will be a fight that everyone will remember. As the conversation heats up about Crawford's potential to beat Canelo, Terence Crawford's sparring partner Aaron McKenna steps in with his own insights. Having shared the ring with Crawford, McKenna has a clear understanding of his abilities and what he can bring to the fight against Canelo.
You never know, Canelo's small though, so the height difference, but it was great sparring. It was a very good spar, you know, for both of us, and it's something different probably than what he's used to getting, and if so, yeah, it'd be brilliant. But what a fight that is, Canelo and Crawford. It's going to be one of the biggest fights in the world of boxing.
McKenna acknowledges the height difference between Crawford and Canelo, but he's not concerned, seeing it as just one small factor in the bigger picture. He praises their sparring sessions, saying they were a great challenge for both fighters. McKenna hints that Crawford will bring something different to Canelo that he's not used to facing. He believes that a fight between the two will be monumental, calling it one of the biggest and most exciting matchups in boxing. Building on his thoughts about Crawford's potential, Aaron McKenna goes deeper into the specifics of what might make the difference in a fight with Canelo. He focuses on the key question of power, particularly how Crawford handles Canelo's knockout ability.
I don't know, it all depends, you know, how much of a difference again the power has at that weight. Crawford technically is the best fighter in the world, and if he can hold off Canelo's power, I could easily see him outboxing him.
McKenna acknowledges that Crawford is technically the best fighter in the world, but the real challenge will come from Canelo's power. He believes that if Crawford can withstand Canelo's punches, there's a strong chance he can outbox him. McKenna has full confidence in Crawford's skill, seeing him as a fighter who can go toe-to-toe with Canelo if he can handle the power difference. For him, it's all about Crawford's ability to avoid Canelo's bombs and use his superior technique to take control. What do you think? Will Crawford's style be enough to take down the champion, or will Canelo prove too much for him? Is this the fight of the century, as some are claiming, or will it fall short of the hype? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tune in for more videos like this.